Few political parties in India carry a legacy as deep and layered as the Shiromani Akali Dal. Founded in 1920, it was not just a political organization but a movement rooted in faith, identity, and community rights. Over time, it grew into one of Punjab's most powerful political forces, shaping not just elections but also the social, cultural, and political direction of the state. For decades, it stood at the center of Punjab's political life, leading movements, forming governments, and representing a strong regional voice. Today, after more than a century, the same party finds itself in a very different position, not at the peak of power, but in a phase of questioning, regrouping, and rebuilding. The journey begins in 1920 during the Gurudwara reform movement, when the Shiromani Akali Dal was formed to free Sikh religious institutions from Mahants and return control to the community. This struggle gave the party a deep emotional and ideological foundation. Under leaders like Master Tara Singh, the party soon became the political voice of Sikh identity and aspirations. In the pre-independence period, the party participated in the 1937 and 1946 elections and played a role in coalition politics in Punjab. It also opposed the partition of India, fearing the long-term consequences for the Sikh community. Though this period was politically unstable, it gave the party early experience in governance and negotiation. After independence in 1947, the Shiromani Akali Dal transitioned into a full political force. In the 1950s and 1960s, it led the Punjabi Subah movement under Sant Fateh Singh, demanding a Punjabi-speaking state. This long and determined struggle finally led to the reorganization of Punjab in 1966, marking one of the biggest achievements in the party's history and firmly establishing its influence. However, even in its rise, internal divisions were never far away. Governments formed in the late 1960s often struggled to complete their term. In 1973, the Anandpur Sahib Resolution marked a significant ideological shift, with strong demands for state autonomy and federal balance, placing the party at the center of national political debate. The late 1970s and 1980s brought one of the most difficult phases in Punjab's history. Rising unrest, militancy, and events like Operation Blue Star in 1984 left deep scars on society. The Shiromani Akali Dal had to operate in a highly sensitive and complex political environment, and its role during this period remained under constant scrutiny. The 1990s saw a phase of recovery and rebuilding. As Punjab returned to stability, the party regained its footing. A key turning point was its alliance with the Bharatiya Janata Party, which gave it both stability and a broader political reach. During this period, Sardar Prakash Singh Badal emerged as the central leader. Under his leadership, the party built a strong and consistent rural base and entered one of its most stable and dominant phases in Punjab politics. As the party entered the new millennium, leadership began to shift to the next generation. In 2007, a major challenge emerged with the Dera Sacha Sauda controversy. The episode involving Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh, along with his growing eccentricities, triggered strong reactions across Punjab. For a party rooted in Panthic identity, even the perception of political proximity to a controversial sect created unease among its core supporters. While this moment did not lead to an immediate collapse, it quietly marked the start of a gradual erosion of trust. In January 2008, Sukhbir Singh Badal formally became the president of the Shiromani Akali Dal. A year later, in January 2009, he was sworn in as Deputy Chief Minister of Punjab. This marked a clear generational shift in leadership. During this period, efforts were made to modernize the party structure and strengthen organizational control. The Shiromani Akali Dal and Bharatiya Janata Party alliance returned to power in 2012, showing that the party still retained its political strength. Parallel to this, Harsimrat Kaur Badal emerged as a strong and consistent national face of the party. She entered parliament in 2009 from Bathinda and went on to win again in 2014, 2019, and 2024. As Union Minister for Food Processing Industries, she played a key role at the national level. Her resignation from the Union cabinet in 2020 in protest against the farm laws further reinforced her political stance and connection with Punjab's core issues. However, beneath this surface stability, deeper cracks were forming. Between 2015 and 2017, sacrilege incidents and the Kotkapura firing case triggered widespread anger across Punjab. These events significantly damaged the party's credibility and weakened public trust. The turning point came in 2017 when the Shiromani Akali Dal lost power after 10 years in government. What was once seen as a stable and dominant force suddenly appeared vulnerable. The years that followed saw a steady decline. Internal dissent began to grow stronger. Senior leaders questioned the direction of the party. By 2020, breakaway factions led by leaders like Sukhdev Singh Dhindasa emerged. Earlier, leaders such as Ranjit Singh Brahmpura and Seva Singh Sekhwa had also formed separate groups. These factions later merged into Shiromani Akali Dal, Sanyukt, reflecting deep divisions. During this period, the party remained politically active on issues like the farmers' protests, but the organizational cracks continued to widen. The 2022 Punjab Assembly elections further exposed the party's weakened position. The Shiromani Akali Dal secured only a limited number of seats, and its vote share dropped sharply. Sukhbir Singh Badal lost from Jalalabad, a seat closely associated with his leadership, marking a major symbolic setback. At the same time, controversies involving senior leader Bikram Singh Majithia remained in the public domain, adding to the party's challenges. However, amid this difficult phase, Ganeev Kaur Majithia emerged as a key figure, becoming the only prominent member from the core family circle to secure a win in the 2022 elections, offering a limited but important sign of political retention. In 2024, while Harsimrat Kaur Badal retained the Bathinda seat for the fourth consecutive time, the party's overall performance remained weak. Internal dissent became more visible. The Akali Dal Sudhar Lehar, formed under Gurpratap Singh Wadala, openly demanded leadership changes, reflecting growing dissatisfaction within the party. The situation escalated further in August 2024, when the Akal Takht declared Sukhbir Singh Badal Tankhiya for decisions taken between 2007 and 2017. This marked one of the most vulnerable phases in his political journey. For a period, he remained politically inactive, and questions around leadership intensified. Factional developments continued into 2025, with another group emerging under Gyani Harpreet Singh, along with parallel efforts like Akali Dal Punar Surjit. By this point, the party was no longer a single unified force but a fragmented political space with multiple centers of influence. Today, in 2026, the Shiromani Akali Dal stands far from its earlier position of dominance. From a party that once defined Punjab's politics, it is now trying to redefine itself in a changed political environment where voters expect governance, accountability, and clear leadership. Yet, politics is rarely linear. As the 2027 Punjab Assembly elections approach, there are visible signs of renewed activity. Sukhbir Singh Badal has returned to active politics, holding rallies, engaging with party workers, and attempting to reconnect with the grassroots. The party appears to be focusing on consolidation, outreach, and rebuilding its organizational structure. From a phase of vulnerability to a renewed attempt at revival, the shift is noticeable. The road ahead is challenging, and the questions remain serious. But the intent to rebuild is clear. The real test now is whether this renewed energy can translate into a meaningful comeback and whether the Shiromani Akali Dal can once again reclaim its space in Punjab's politics.